Hello guys, this is Mentor Tooba. I am back with explanation of a new PgMP scenario. This time it is related to program transition planning. Let's have a look at the scenario first. The scenario says that all benefits delivery activities are complete and program now should move to operations. However, operations manager says that they cannot take over as the operating environment is not ready. What did the program manager most likely miss? Option A, identifying operations manager as a program stakeholder. Option B, program sustainment planning. Option C, program transition planning. And option D, program closeout decision by steering committee. So let's first have a look at the important terminologies in this question. The benefits delivery is complete, right? So and program should move to operations. So this itself is a clear indication that the program is ready to move to the closure phase. Right? We are no more in the delivery phase of the program because the program has produced expected benefits. The actual problem statement. The operation manager says that they cannot take over. This is important because the environment for the operation is not ready. Now, this is a problem. And what is the most likely reason why this miss has occurred is the ask of the question. Option A, identifying operations manager as a program stakeholder. This could be a reason, but most likely option A is not the miss over here. Why? Because operations manager is already making that claim that I cannot take over as the necessary resources and environment is not ready. So most likely he's identified as a stakeholder and he knows that the program should be handed over to, or the program deliverables and benefits should be handed over to him, but he's not ready for that. That is the problem. The problem is not that this is not the claim from him that I was never involved in the program or I never knew this program was there or I was one of the stakeholders in that program. So most likely A is not the real miss. Option B, program sustainment planning. First of all, we need to know that what is sustainment. Sustainment is the idea of continued realization of benefits post program closure and transition. So sustainment can only start after the successful transition of the program to the operations area. In this case, the operational entity is not ready to take over because they are not really ready with respect to the necessary facilities, environment, and resources. That's the problem. So sustainment is not really the miss because sustainment has not really started. It can't be started without the effective without the effective sign off and completion of the transition activities, right? Which actually warrants that option C is the most likely miss over here. Transition planning. The operations manager is saying that we're not ready for this takeover. Right? We are not really up for it. And transition is a concept or is one of the most important activity in the program closure phase. It's actually an activity of the program administrative closure, and administrative closure is followed by the strategic closure. So strategic closure most likely is done because the program benefit delivery has been completed and most likely the sponsor and the steering committee in alignment to the business case and charter, like they have provided their closeout decision and everything is clear from their side. It's just that the program manager has to take that up from a more like hand-off aspect to the respective operations entity. And with that, the program final closeout activities would be done. So transition is actually ensuring the readiness of the different resources and facilities and environment and artifacts, some repositories as well at the operational entity, the entity who is expected to take over the program benefits and the outcomes and the deliverables from the main program performing entity. So this seems like a clear miss on the or a clear gap in the transition planning. So transition planning is expected to be done during the benefits planning exercise in the planning phase of the planning subphase of the program, but the actual execution of that transition planning happens in the program administrative closure. And this is actually the miss on this program or in this situation. So C is a very good choice, but let's check the option D as well. Maybe option D is better than option C. So option D says program closeout decision by the steering committee is missed. Like I already mentioned, that program closeout decision by the steering committee and the sponsor is part of, or is an activity, is a very primary activity in program closure, but that is part of the program strategic decision for the closure, and program strategic closure happens before the program administrative closure. So this program definitely has the program closeout decision from the steering committee. Based on that, the forwarded activities are they are expected to start. So D is not the area which is missed. C is the area which is missed, the effective transition planning or the effective readiness of the resources and facilities, environment, and different other areas. And because of that, the operation manager doesn't seem ready to effectively take over, and they are resistant about it. And until and unless the transition is not done, the program really can't be formally and effectively closed. And the other aspects of the closure, which are followed by this transition planning, can't be really started. So this is the miss, and for this reason, the transition planning and the transition related requirements and activities during the planning phase of the program as part of the program management plan should be very effectively done. And usually people think that the transition plan or the sustainment plan is expected to be created during the program closure phase. Maybe you need some updates, some tweaks, some adjustment in these plans, yes, but the right phase to start this planning, both the transition and sustainment, is during the benefits management planning in the planning subphase of the program. And wherever you need some amendments and some accommodation in these plans, you should be doing that during the program delivery and the closure phase. I hope you like this explanation. Option C is the right answer. And if you have any queries, confusion, feel free to drop that in the comment area. Make sure that you like this video, and you do follow us on YouTube as well. I will be back with the explanation of another PgMP scenario very soon. Till then, take care. Goodbye.